Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and I'm now joined by Earl Eues, who's Director of Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness for Terrebonne Parish. Thank you very much for joining us, Earl.
Hey, Jacob. Good to be here. Thank you.
All right. Continuing conversation is COVID and the latest numbers. Can you tell us where we're at in the parish?
Well, at the present time, we have about 28,558 total cases. Now, you got to remember that number is way back from March of 2020.
Sure.
And then we're up to 311 deaths in the parish, almost 2 years to get to that number. And we've done about 242,126 COVID tests.
Wow.
Within Terrebonne Parish. Now, remind the viewers that those tests do not include the over-the-counter tests.
Sure.
So it's probably a much higher number than
Yeah,
that.
I know. I've taken twice as many as over-the-counter as I actually go into the doctor's office.
Yeah, and also I'll remind the viewers that the actual number of positive cases is also kind of skewed, because if you take a over-the-counter test and you're positive, you don't have to report that to anybody.
Sure.
So those numbers are probably a little higher than what it has been. But one of the things that we kind of look at and see what's going on is what is the percent positivity of the parish regarding positive tests. Today, the number came out, we're at 31%.
Oh, wow.
So just to kind
That's a high number.
That's a very high number. At the end of December, we were at 9.3%.
Wow.
So since the end of December, we've gone up 20%. In that number, which is very high. So we have a lot of cases of majority of cases of Omicron, and we're getting a lot of reinfections. They have started issuing the reinfection numbers. So now the number was released today. It's 1,274. Now and I'll let the viewers know, I don't know when they started tallying up the reinfection numbers, but given the number of cases that we had, say 28,000, and there's been only 1,200 reinfections, you can see there's not many reinfections. Sure. So the numbers are high. We're finding that about 75% of the people that are hospitalized are unvaccinated, or they haven't received their booster, if they're entitled to their booster. So we're still trying to impress upon people to please go get vaccinated to help curb the spread of this virus. Okay,
and do you have any hospital numbers, or where are we at?
In Terrebonne Parish alone, we have 33 people in the hospital. And then in Lafourche, it's 46. So that's 79 people within the two parishes. So what I do want to remind people is that's 79 people in hospital beds. And at the present time, the region is suffering from having enough hospital beds for people that need just either outpatient beds or other type of major heart attack, stroke type things. And it's getting harder to find beds for people that actually need beds. So, and people say, well, it's COVID patients. Well, and 75% of those were unvaccinated. If they would have been vaccinated, the numbers wouldn't be so high. I would have hospital beds available for people that need them, that have other issues outside of COVID.
Sure, and I would imagine not only hospital beds, I imagine you also have nursing shortages in this area as well.
That's correct. We're having a nursing shortage. I spoke to some people with Acadian Ambulance. They're having some issues with medics, paramedics, and it's just the whole medical field right now is having problems with a shortage.
Sure. Now, you mentioned the total death numbers. Have we seen, the death rate, are the people that are in the hospital not dying as much, or has it, slowed down, or is it still continuing to have deaths, each week? Or
So the deaths we're seeing are those people that are unvaccinated, majority, and have other comorbidities, hypertension, diabetes, something else that gets worse because you have the COVID. But the scary thing is in at the end of December, I had 301 deaths, and now I'm at 311. So within a month's time, I've had 10 more deaths.
yeah.
So with the positivity rate going up, that kind of explains how the death rate's going to go up also.
And I imagine, I guess, the gathering during the Christmas time, the holidays, I'm sure that also led to some increase as well.
That's correct. And if you could pay attention to the national news sources, and they starting to say we're going to reach a peak. They said probably in the middle of February. But the only issue I have with that is Mardi Gras season is going to come up. So we're going to have a lot of people, a lot of social events, a lot of people getting together. So I just caution people to try to social distance, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, and if you have some other issues or if you're sick, to try not to go to those events.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
The big thing is if you are sick, you need to stay home.
Stay home, okay? And then, you saw me when I walked in today, I had a mask on. I'm continuing to wear my mask, especially at 30% positivity. And I don't feel comfortable going out into public events until it's around 10%.
Also, big thing in this area that we've had is Hurricane Ida that has kept you pretty busy as well. Can you tell us, where we are? I know one big concern with that is housing and getting people housing. That's something you've been very involved with.
Yeah, over the last 5 months, we have been focusing on trying to getting as much people into temporary housing as possible. Over the last 5 months, we at the initial start we had 5 base camps set up throughout the parish, so what has happened through the base camps is we've put those people in some other type of temporary housing and got them out of the base camps. So being able to do that with the help of the state, we were able to close the base camp in Dulac, in Montague, and Chauvin. So at the present time, we only have 2 base camps that are open, one on Scott Lane and one on Williams Avenue. Both of those camps have about 130 people combined in those base camps, and the state is constantly working every day to try to put those people in either a travel trailer or a modular home. And some of them, if they don't qualify, we're trying to get them into other temporary housing that's available through GOSA's voucher system. So we're working, trying to get these people. I mean, it's been 5 months, so we're trying to get these people into something. I call it a little more permanent than what they're in, but it's still temporary permanent housing. So they're still going to have to figure out some type of housing while they're in these temporary trailers. It's been a challenge, but I got to give it to Chris Pulaski and with our planning and zoning department, and Kelly Cunningham with our housing and human services department. They've done a great job in helping place these people along with the state. So talking about the trailers at the present time, we have about 1,260 travel trailers that was installed here in Terrebonne Parish through the state of Louisiana's program, which is different than the FEMA trailer program. So of those, we have about 234 of those trailers located at off of Rebecca Lane, off of 311 by Rebecca Truck Stop. And that's at capacity right now. We're in the process of trying to find another group site to put in additional trailers. And then in the meantime, we have FEMA that's come in. They have installed about 175 trailers. They're either on people's property or they're on commercial sites, which are like trailer parks. And they have leased spaces in those trailer parks to put these trailers in. So we still have a lot of people that are needing temporary housing. So every day, either the state or FEMA is constantly bringing in more trailers and trying to help additional people.
I see. And earlier you were talking about FEMA and exactly how much funds have they put into this area, and it's a mind-blowing amount when you think of it.
Yeah, so at the present time, from our numbers that we had on Monday, so far, FEMA individual assistance, this is money that has actually been given to individuals for house repairs, other needs, rental assistance. So that number right now is about $194 million. That's just in Terrebonne Parish. And then we also had gotten some assistance from the Small Business Administration in which some loans are available to people at very low interest. They have issued about $155 million in Small Business Administration loans.
And of course, that goes direct to the people and those FEMA assistant payments, but that doesn't consider the amount that FEMA over the next 3 years is going to provide to local government agencies and other nonprofit agencies. They also put up a lot of money for this area as well.
That's correct. So the numbers I just have given you is called individual assistance. We're still going to, the parish government and the non-governmental organizations or NGOs will be getting what they call public assistance funding. Those are, to repay us for the debris management, to clean up any emergency preparation that we've done, and then any repairs that need to be done on public entities to help pay for those that cost above and beyond what you had gotten reimbursed from insurance.
Sure. Okay, so over the next 6 months, what do you think, I guess, your biggest hurdles are going to be, still facing recovery from Hurricane Ida?
Well, in 6 months we'll be in next year's hurricane season.
That's true.
So so I am concerned about next year's hurricane season only due to the amount of structures that we have right now that aren't totally repaired, that will be susceptible to more damage. And I'm also concerned about the number of people we're going to have in travel trailers and mobile homes. Yeah. So those people, even if it's a tropical storm category 1 or 2, we're going to have to provide sheltering for them. And then on a major storm, if we have to evacuate, we're prepared to evacuate the number of people that we need to in that event. So I'm concerned about that. The next thing I'm kind of concerned about is making sure that the parish has enough mental health capacity. Sure. Because the storm has taken a toll on a lot of people, so has COVID. So we're trying to make sure, we're trying to get mental health dollars being pushed down into our parish so we can help those that need some assistance.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, and I know you've been busy, but we certainly appreciate all the hard work that you put into it.
Well, and we thank you guys at HTV for having us on and advising the public of what's happening and what's going on.
All righty. Well, stay tuned for more right here on HTV.